There is hope for humanity. Sanity exists. I just have to be patient enough. And I probably, in some cases, inadvertently will run across it. But you see, I made a video, and to be very honest, I didn't necessarily expect this response. But I'm glad that the response is, in my opinion, something that people who are thinking critically about stuff like this, about video games, would make. I titled the video Stellar Blade Needs to Stay on PlayStation as an Exclusive. Here's the video, ladies and gentlemen. If I hover over it, you'll see it. And I said, "Don't come to PC!" exclamation mark. The comments are wonderful, folks. You see, if you've been watching the Video Game Fight School channel, you already know my position. But a lot of the folk that are commenting here, they seem to have just discovered the channel for the first time. And so it's refreshing to see that not only the folk that are actually out here are thinking much more in a futuristic, or I guess, forward thinking perspective about the whole paradigm of exclusivity, and understanding that it's a dying, stupid proposition at the end of the day. Like, expecting people to pay $600 to play your games is just dumb. Like, it really is. This first comment says, "Sigh, another lame fanboy." Yes, that kind of argument is probably going to be something that you'd expect from a lame fanboy. Except I'm not, but I like the fact that this experiment is opening up the conversation to a place where you actually see how silly exclusivity is. So a lot of these people think I'm a PlayStation fanboy. This is also another part that we need to basically talk about. And so we'll keep reading this. Sounding like a PS fanboy. Oh. Cope, seethe, and mauled. More people playing and buying a game is good for the community. You see, I agree. This is what I'm saying. Welcome to the Video Game Fight School channel, guys. Let me heart y'all's comments, because I guarantee you, this is the side of the conversation that I'm on. But what I've done is I've decided, let's flip the script on these third-party developers who are sitting there eating and taking exclusivity money like it's something that's good for everybody, treating their own potential fans like they're second-class citizens. This other comment said, Cope see the mod, I'm going to like that one. I think Stellar is more like to come over than Spider-Man. Sorry to break it to you. Hey Shotgun said, but the devs only planned a 1-year contract for exclusivity to PlayStation. So, suck it. That's what he probably wanted to say. No way, man. The devs need money. I want to play their game. I'm not going to spend $500 to $800 on a flop of a console. This is their opinion. I stopped doing that years ago when Sony thought it was okay to charge people for online, and these dog water servers they still have and still couldn't achieve the true 1080 60 FPS. This was back then. Exclusives are stupid. Is that right? Man, all of y'all should be running the Video Game Fight School. You know what? I'm going to give y'all the keys so you guys can make videos for a whole week for me. Goodness gracious. Where are these guys? Every game should be day and date on PC. On PC is the only way Sony has any shot at my money without a PSN login. I will not bend that knee. Heart comment. Keeping it exclusive would be a huge loss of money for Shift Up. They will be stupid if they didn't. Shall I keep going? It better come on PC. I'm not buying some trash console for 1 or 2 games. Heart. Woo-wee. Isn't called Xbox a first party game, Indiana Jones? But they'll be better on PS5. What is this supposed to mean? This is one of those, block this user, man. Get the heck out of here. Whereas I'm looking for people's genuine reactions to my experiment, and you're over here talking about Indiana Jones. Get the heck out of here. This says, bro, are you kidding me? Coming to PC means modding, and we all know what that means. Okay. I don't like being second place customer, Billy Grant says. If you make a third-party game exclusive, I don't buy it until it's on PC at a steep discount. First-party games, I understand, but I don't tolerate that for third parties. I'll tolerate second-party too, because, that's usually means the platform holder paid for the dev cost directly, but I vote with my wallet. FF, die hard, and I refuse to play FF7 or 16, and I have a PlayStation. Is that right? Ladies and gentlemen, I can continue this exercise. And I was reading all the comments today and my belly got warm. You see, this whole proposition of exclusivity has been super dumb for the longest time. It just took a while for people to finally just see how silly it is. You know what's even the craziest part about all of this, ladies and gentlemen, is when you actually narrow and water it all down, Stellar Blade is coming to PC in order for the developers to see and achieve more in terms of sales than its PS5 release. IGN right to here. Wesleyan Pool. Stellar Blade is coming to PC in 2025, and the dev expects more sales on Steam than on PS5. Shame on all the exclusivists on the PlayStation platform. Shame on you. Why? Because for the longest time, you touted this third-party exclusivity thing as some kind of a, win over the other platform. You are used to lording everything over everyone, and it doesn't even really belong to you. You just happen to be in a position where Sony thought that it could run wild and try to destroy its competitor, which to me, I can't be for. Why? Sony wants market dominance. It's no longer dominant. It basically inadvertently awoken the beast, the bank account of Microsoft, right? And now they're back in third place where they pretty much have been from a value perspective. They don't give any value that I can actually think of. And now even their own developers, who now have their own independent investors that are not anyway tied to Sony, are trying to signal, be patient, we'll sell more on Steam, hopefully. If I see any of these, I'll be blocking. That's what I'm gonna do. You won't even talk. Why? Because you don't want to engage in truth. You make a comment that is just out of pocket, that is not following the data and the evidence that we have. Obliterate such comments. You see, for the longest time, I've been, I think a little bit more gracious in the sense of being tolerant to a lot of this stuff. But to be honest, if we don't knock all this nonsense away, the dust, we won't get to, we'll never get to the crux of the issue in gaming. We'll never be able to tell people like, hey, man, go get yourself a side PC. Because these consoles, they're all just doing dog water type treatments to their communities. And PCs are easier to use now than anything else. A lot of the misconceptions, we'll visit that again. Those are all throwaway. More and more than ever, if you ask somebody like that, that was just born, say 18 years ago, about things like driver issues, they'd be like, what? What is a driver issue? So all of this stuff that people are saying, they're all citing Windows 95 and Windows 98 perception of PCs. Don't worry. Very soon, that one is also going to come around and digest very easily and much properly than anything else. So again, this is the craziest, weirdest thing I think I've ever seen. We're going to read the article. We kind of have to. We're committed now. We're in it now. Let's go. Right? Let's see it. Stellar Blade developer ShiftUp has confirmed plans to release the PS5 action game on PC in 2025. In a financial report, a South Korean company pointed to Black Myth Wukong's incredible success on Steam, adding it expects to see more sales on PC than on PS5. I don't understand why they even went with that proposition in the first place. This is a company that makes a game called Nikke, which is a live service game of some sort that's mostly PC centric. Why they would go to PS5 is the worst bet I've ever seen. Perhaps they were out of money. Don't they have enough? Don't y'all? Someone in the comments said they spent over $1,000 on that game. I'm wondering why you guys thought it wise to go with another. Well, maybe somebody kind of, I don't know. Someone took someone out to dinner and sweet talked them. That's only how I see it. And I see the similar for Wukong as well. I know all this talk about Wukong is very interesting. The Sony Interactive Entertainment published Stellar Blade launched exclusively on PS5 in April and sold more than 1 million copies in 2 months. Man, didn't that Sonic game sell 1 million copies in like a day or a week? IGN Stellar Blade review returned a 7 out of 10. We know that you guys are, I don't know, man. Let me not say something that is uncouth about IGN's review system. We said Stellar Blade is great in all the most important ways for an action game, but don't get the flip out of here. Since then, ShiftUp has continued to update the game and even added crossover DLC with another video franchise, most recently Nier Automata. In its financial report, ShiftUp said that after Stellar Blade's launch, sales continued at a stabilized level. Is that what it is? Although it failed to provide an updated sales figure, it did, however, provide revenue directly attributed to the game at 25.8 billion won, which is $18.5 million during the quarter. $18.5 million. During the quarter, Stellar Blade came out April to June at 22.5 billion won, which is about 16.1 million. During the company's third quarter, July to September, that's a total of 48 billion won, which is $34 million as of the end of September. So probably around 2 million copies or 1 point something, 18. If we double that 18 million, which is the highest peak that we saw, if we double it by that time to now, if the game has sold an extra 1 million copies, that's why I said in my videos, in my estimations, at least 2 million at the end of September. For context, ShiftUp's other game, mobile action RPG God of Victory, Nikke, makes more money than Stellar Blade, approximately 51.9 million during the same 2 quarters. Yeah, this game flopped on PlayStation, guys. For the potential that it could get, this game could have easily done 5 million on PC, like just on a Tuesday. Then by Wednesday, everybody would have been like, hey, what the heck is going on here? Let's do another 2 million. By Saturday, this game would have probably been holding $8 million, 8 million copies on PC. Like easy. Easy. Valheim did like 2 mil. Valheim, the little, like low poly almost, live service world builder game. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you just choppity, chop trees, fight as a Viking. It just did like 2M copies or something, like 1 million or so. It's an indie game. And Stellar Blade is over here struggling on the PlayStation console. Okay, there's a problem with this 61 million consoles that we're talking about. About to thumbnail this video, 61 million consoles, where are the sales? To enhance the IP value and maintain momentum, we've been consistently releasing content patches and updates. That's not how you get momentum. Release it on other platforms. You're going to see financial momentum. You'll be like, ooh, which has helped sustain the game's popularity, it said. No, it's the controversial articles that probably did that more than anything else. They plan to keep interest on Stellar Blade on PS5 going until the launch on PC next year, what it calls the platform expansion. The release is being considered within 2025, Shift Up confirmed. Considering recent trends such as Steam's expanding market share in the AAA gaming sector and the global success of Black Myth Wukong, we expect the performance on PC to exceed that on consoles. Okay, so I guess they understand reality, they understand numbers. And for those that were telling me that the numbers for Stellar Blade were fine, good thing I blocked some of you. I mean, easily. You had to wait till they spoon-fed the reality to y'all before you knew that this was pretty much going the dumpster fire route if they did not move their game to another platform. This is why I've had to. This is how we can continue the conversation. Anybody who does not want to actually engage in good faith and stick with the data set, we have to just ignore what they're saying and just continue to look at the data. It's not like we're saying that we need to just listen to ourselves in an echo chamber. No. That's a bad way to do things. But we need to keep looking at the data, looking at the business strategy, looking at the investor calls, listening to what the studio is saying, looking at other games that they're making that are being made, looking at how gamers are interacting with those games. There is so much information out here that I would need to make multiple videos to get to this point. Does that make sense? Like, we don't need YouTube videos to get here. This is exactly what I'm talking about. We don't even need their investor call, because analysis was already done by, I think, the company out of Eastern Europe. There was a company that looked at their financial statements because they went public and saw this 16 million in terms of their revenue, which was first around 16.1 million in the revenue here, and pointed and said they estimated about 1 million. That 1 million copies was from this particular number. Yet people blocked their eyes to it. Oh, the release is being considered blah, blah, blah. In July, they raised 435 billion won, $320 million in its first day of trade after an initial public offering, according to Bloomberg. That was the largest in the country for gaming companies since 2021, when PUBG maker Krafton raised $3.8 billion from its own IP. They have an unannounced multi-platform RPF codename project, which is in the works. It said its plans to launch that sometime after 2027, with more information due in the first half of next year. Given the success of Stellar Blade, it seems likely Shift Up is also considering a sequel. Well, you know what to do. If you want to make money on that sequel, then put it multi-plat. Buy your IP. Well, it's your IP anyways. You just had Sony basically sign a publishing deal. Go the way of Pearl Abyss. Go make money. And stop sitting here and trying to temper your stockholders who will eat you alive, and basically punish you. Now that you're public, you're about to learn the lesson that Square Enix is learning. Guys, this stuff is child's play, bro. A 13-year-old could have figured out this stuff. And yet we have grown people that will just deny and gaslight all the while, wanting to basically, justify anti-competitive, anti-developer behavior is what they've been doing all this while. They can't see that PlayStation is basically harming the industry with this kind of practice. And even the developers themselves that are, acquiescing to it, they too themselves hold some of the blame. Chat with me in the comment section, please. Thanks so much for watching the video. Appreciate you guys' time and audience. Hopefully we'll talk pretty soon in another one. Peace out.